Good morning. We're back. Happy Monday, y'all. Guys, it's early. It's early, but we're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. Sometimes we attempt to switch the time to accommodate an early ass schedule, but instead we're like, no, let's do this. We got Adam Stubbs up in here. What's up, Adam? Joker Rock, the Barrel Zone. Yes, Mike. Shout out Stan. Heath Johnson up in here. Good to see everybody. Guys, the international crowd's like, hell yeah, this is what we're looking for. International crowd might be pumped. My brain, not so much. Guys, we had some great basketball this weekend. I feel like some of these games, we had like a lot of crap games. And then this weekend they made up for it, right? So all of the game 6 stuff was fun on Friday. And then Saturday's Brooklyn game, like, holy shit. Oh, Nifty Hustle up in here. What's up, Nifty Hustle? Nifty Hustle's giving up? You're selling everything, huh? Talk me through it, Nifty. Talk me through it. We got Logic X in Florida. What's up? Yeah, but then, dude, Saturday's game between the Bucks and Nets, which we'll talk about in a little bit, was awesome. That was so much fun. Game 1 of the Clippers Suns yesterday. That series is going to be great. And then what else? Oh yeah, 76ers going packing. So we'll get into it. We'll look at we get a couple challenges winding down today, which means we're probably going to get a couple new challenges coming out. And then I imagine, right, we're getting a little pack drop on Thursday or Friday for the second round of the playoffs. I can't remember if they've already said what day it was. I know it's towards the end of the week, but yeah, so we've got some exciting stuff. Dan talk. Oh wow. Bucks by 2.5 games. 2.5 games, Barrel Zone. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is a take. So what's that? That's Bucks in 4 or 5, right? Bucks in 4 or 5 is what you're looking for. Wow. Paulie asked if I'm going for Tatum. Yeah, we'll get into it. Richard up in here. Look at the whole. Everyone's waking up. Everyone's waking up this morning. This is good. Hold on. We're going to sniff. All right. Wow. Barrel Zone 4-0 or 4-1 for the Bucks. I like the heat in that take. I like it. We'll talk about it. A little. I have some Bucks thoughts. All right. Let's start with the Hawks Sixers though, right? So 103-96. Just incredible performance by Kevin Huerter. More importantly, what's the opposite of incredible? Inoperable, terrible, devastating performance by Ben Simmons, man. Wow, dude, Maverick over here. 4 a.m. Let's go, Maverick. We love to see it. Let's go. All right, so John Collins, 14 and 16. Kevin Huerter, 27 and 7. Trae Young had an awful shooting night. Still comes up clutch, 21 and 10. Gallo was 17 off the bench. On the Philly side of things, man, Tobias, 24 and 14. I got to tell you, though, like, Tobias could have put up 40 and 20, and it still would have felt like a lackluster performance. I don't know what it is about Tobias, but it never feels like he's clutch. There was a nice like layup he had, I think, to put them up 2 at one point late in the fourth, which I was like, okay, there's Tobias. But for the most part, Tobias, they're not empty stats because they're good stats. It just never feels like Tobias is there. I might be, this might be a bad take. Feel free to roast that in the chat, but I don't see it. Dick Chuck up in here. Embiid, 31 and 11. But he disappeared in that fourth quarter. We did not see a lot from Joel Embiid, especially in the last like 5-6 minutes of the game. Speaking of disappearing, Ben Simmons was like, "Hey, I actually I don't like to shoot." 5 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds. I got to tell you, is the ceiling right now for Ben Simmons a tall Marcus Smart? Is that what Ben Simmons is right now? A tall Marcus Smart? Man, I called him Kyle Kuzma of the East earlier this week. I don't know, man. I just like it is a tough scene over there. Yeah, Tom's like probably could have used Lowry. Yeah, McCabe. Well, Chris, what's up, man? Top of the evening. Don't forget our boy Thibault's terrible challenge on Red Velvet, dude. That was really bad. That 3-point foul, like, oh my god. But yeah, man, I just and you know what I thought was weird. I think it's one thing. And I'm sure you guys saw a lot of the post-game coverage. I think it's one thing for me to come out here and be like, hey, guys, Ben Simmons, poo-poo. It is pretty weird that Embiid and Doc like immediately threw him under the bus. I thought that was weird. I didn't like that. I understand the frustration. You guys are on the same team. You can't do that. You're gonna have his back all the. You can't like. Also, Embiid. Maybe if you had both menisci, you'd be averaging 40 and 20. Embiid, where were you in the fourth quarter? Doc Rivers, what are you doing playing Dwight Howard and Ben Simmons at the same time? Right. So there's a lot of blame to go around. Yes, that's Simmons was god awful. But like, let me say that. You don't say that about your boys. You know what I mean? Like, my brother's an asshole, but only I can say. I mean, like, actually, that was a bad example. Yeah, Paulie says surely they're going to trade him now. Here's the thing about the trade, though. Like, what value does Ben Simmons have right now, besides being a tall Marcus Smart? Oh, Joker Rock, this is great. Simmons would pass out of the layup line. I love that. Amir cell phone. Marcus Smart shoots. You're right. Marcus Smart actually does shoot. It is tough out there. Fultz is a more willing shooter. Man, there was some great stuff like I forget who tweeted it. Was it Vince Staples? I forget who it was. Who was just like Markelle Fultz would have scored 10 points last night. Like, man, that was a tough scene. That was a tough scene for Philly. But you know what? No one to blame but themselves. I mean, this is game 7. You are at home, and Trae Young had a bad game, and you still lost that game. How do you lose that game? You can't lose. You can't. And it's all up here, man. That is all up here. You can see it. You get mental. The whole team. There's no way. That's why I saw the Vegas line last night, and I put this in the Patreon video we did yesterday. But in what world were the Sixers favored by 6.5? Like, Barrel Zone, what were your thoughts on that? I know you're one of the sharps out there. I just was like, every game has been relatively close. I just don't see this being a 6.5 point spread with Philly being a favorite, anyways. Like, if I was gonna bet Philly to win, I would have bet they either win by 20 or they lose, right? Like, because you knew they weren't gonna win a close game. It just, man, closed at 7. Yeah, I thought that was so bad. What's up, Mihal's up in here? Rocket Silas says, us Rocket fans got roasted for choosing 8 unprotected first-round picks over Simmons in a Harden trade. Can you even get that much in return for Ben right now? Yeah, it's a great point. That's a great point, Rocket Silas. I think I still take Ben Simmons in that deal, though, just because Oladipo's gone. You didn't take Jared Allen. You didn't take Karis LeVert. A lot of weird stuff. So I still think the Rockets made a mistake, but point taken. All right. That game, Philly, man. I don't know. Part of me, I got to the point. This actually happened with Giannis shooting free throws, and we'll talk about that game in a few minutes. I started feeling bad for Ben Simmons towards the end. Like, when he passed up that open layup, it's like, oh my God. Also, Nifty Hustle. I don't know if I share this. It's hilarious. M. Crawl, Simmons a tall Ricky Rubio. Oh, wait, Ricky will at least shoot. Yeah, like, you got to try. I'm trying to think of, like, is he Tony Allen? What's, like, a good comp? He plays, like, really good defense. He's, like, good in the open court. He's better than Tony. Well, I don't even know if he's better than Tony Allen. God. Also, sponsor me, you cowards. Yeah, it is a tough scene, man. Tough scene in Philly. But I started feeling bad for Ben towards the end. It's like, this is sad. This is sad to watch. All right, let's talk about the Western Conference Finals, game 1. I don't know. And again, Barrel Zone would love your take on this. I want the Suns to win. I think I'd still pick the Suns. I just don't know. I don't think game 1 is indicative of what's going to happen. The Clippers played 36 hours ago. That sucks. That sucks for them. But Australian Rondo, love this. Joker Rock saying Tony could score. Love these takes. I just feel like this series is probably going the distance, and it felt like Phoenix was in control that whole time. But I'm still a little. I think game 2 will get a better idea of what we have with the Clippers. Also, like, it's still weird they haven't ruled out Kawhi yet. Do we get Chris Paul back for game 2? I don't think they said that. Game 2 is Tuesday night with the draft lottery too, which is very exciting. But anyways, all right. So Suns 120, Clips 114. Paul George had 34 and 5. Reggie Jackson, who, God, I didn't see this coming, 24 and 6. No one else. Oh, I'm sorry. One other player just got double digits, and that's Boogie Cousins. He got 11. On the Suns side of stuff, Booker had 40, 13, and 11. Holy hell, what a game. DeAndre Ayton, 20 and 9. And then 4 other dudes get to double digits. Mikal Bridges at 14, Crowder 13, Cam Johnson 12, Cameron Payne 11 and 9. Like, pretty well-rounded thing. This was the thing that confused me, and I get it. Tyronn Lue said before the game, he's like, hey, my guys are tired, so I'm not doing anything crazy. Now, you beat the Jazz by playing small ball and like whipping the ball around. Why are you playing Boogie Cousins right now? And I know Boogie went out there and scored 11, but like, I think the plus minus, it was not a good, it was like a good 11 for Boogie, but not a good 11 for the Clippers. Why are they going big? Why are they going big? Make DeAndre Ayton, and DeAndre Ayton is, I can't believe this, but almost feels more serviceable than Rudy Gobert right now. I was really confused by that. I was confused by why they were going big. I just do the thing that got you there. It's really weird, really weird. Yeah, Carl says Ayton is a sleeper in the playoffs. He's like a young Robert Parrott. Dude, look at that. The Chief. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton, man. Love DeAndre Ayton. You came to the right place if you want some DeAndre Ayton love. Still kind of wild that he was picked before both Luka and Trey, but DeAndre Ayton's going to be good for a while, and I'm excited about it. But this series is going to be fun. I think. I don't think we see a lot of Boogie Cousins moving forward, guys. I think that was a mistake. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, hey, I like Boogie as much as the rest of you. Like, Boogie's fun, but Boogie shouldn't be playing playoff basketball. He should be playing in Sacramento. All right, what you got, Joker Rock? Let's see this. I think that game was a lot closer than the Suns liked, considering the rest disparity. Yeah, it was. There was a couple of moments where all of a sudden the game got really interesting. Although I just never felt like the Suns were gonna lose. But yeah, that series is gonna be super fun. We're still waiting word on Kawhi. We're waiting on word on Chris Paul. Game 2's on Tuesday. I imagine we hear something about Chris Paul today. And then Kawhi, I don't know. The Kawhi stuff's weird. It's not weird. He's got a swollen knee. It makes sense. It's kind of weird that there's no timetable, but they also haven't ruled him out for the playoffs. So I don't know. And then Saturday, we're going to talk about Saturday's game. Actually, we're probably going to talk about Friday about the Jazz going down too, which we'll do in a little bit. I'm going to put this in the chat right now. If you guys haven't, I know I've plugged this before, but I put together a little Substack where I write mostly on just NBA stuff with a little bit of Top Shot occasionally. But I wrote about the Jazz, throwing this in here. So take a read on Donovan Mitchell. But man, Jazz, Jesus, not great. But let's talk about the Bucks Nets first, right? What an awesome game. I mean, everyone's made the joke, right, that his toes were too long, and that 3-pointer could have been a 2-pointer. But it is so funny, how it's a game of inches, baby. The conversation, the discourse around both the Bucks and the Nets is so different based on a half an inch, right? If that 3 goes in, we're talking about how Budenholzer needs to get fired. We're talking about how KD is the best player in the league. We still might be talking about that anyways, but the discourse is just completely different. And this is I'll be curious about Barrelzone's thoughts too, because I know he likes the Bucks in 4 or 5. Why are we walking away from that Nets series feeling good about the Bucks? That's the question I have. Big Ticket up in here. What's up, Big Ticket? But seriously, why are we feeling good about the Bucks after that? The Bucks beat the Nets, who were without Kyrie Irving. For all sense, we're out without Harden too. I mean, Harden was a shell of himself. And it took him 7 games. It took him 7 games to get by the Nets. That made no sense to me. I don't feel good. And they almost lost that game. Budenholzer, Rick Carlisle's the coach of the Bucks if Kevin Durant has my size feet. I don't understand. I'm confused. I mean, the Bucks very well move into the final. They could cruise through Atlanta. I wouldn't be stunned by that, right? Because they have Giannis. They had Giannis against the Nets and they barely got through. That's what I mean. I don't understand why we think it's a cakewalk. The Sixers had Embiid, and Giannis is still going to get his. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised everyone's counting the Bucks win over the Nets like the Nets were healthy. So yeah, I don't know. Ian said, shout out Ian, been part of Team Hold for months, and this is my first morning at Marketplace Live. Ian, welcome. We are feeling bad about the Hawks, in my opinion. Atlanta's barely a playoff team, in my opinion. Barely a playoff team that beat the number 1 seed. They beat the 4 seed. They were dogs in both series. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. The Bucks should be better than the Hawks. They should be favored totally. I don't understand. I'm just confused by like why we're feeling good. M. Crowell says Giannis and Holiday are having a Ben Simmons moment. Hope it doesn't carry over. I went all in on Team Bucks for Top Shot. There you go. Oh, Boob in the chat this morning says the Bucks are one of the most boring teams in the playoffs. Jordan says no cakewalk, but maybe momentum and confidence give them kind of a boost they need. They really need to be a little bit more consistent on the road, though. Yeah. I mean, again, I think like I haven't looked at the lines or anything, but obviously the Bucks are a better team. It just was so weird. We're like, oh, they finally get the monkey off the back. The Bucks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. They took down the super team. What? Like, well, I mean, were you guys seeing Harden? I want to shout out Justin Catchins, one of the co-hosts from the 89 Cavs, but he was like, Harden is playing like magic when he came back. Like when he was huge and was just like in the post and passing, like not doing anything else, right? Like he's still Harden, but he's different. And I just like, yeah, I was more concerned about that. And I get it, right? You're not gonna dump on the Bucks because they beat the Nets, right? You can only beat the guys in front of them, the guys that are placed in front of you. I get it. I just thought it was weird that we're like, they took down the super team. Like, come on. Landry Shamet was getting minutes. The super team. Get out of here. Dan says, agree with the take. The Nets should have tanked game 6 for a better chance at game 7. Yeah. Can't count Atlanta out. Never count out a 3-point shooting team. Only takes a couple hot games. Yeah. I mean, like the case against Atlanta in this series, right, is that Drew Holiday is just going to stick to Trae Young, and then you're forced to have other dudes beat you. And like Giannis is a problem. Like Collins and Capella, not a great matchup for, or Giannis is not a great matchup for them, right? So you can make that case. But like we said the same thing about Philly. Like, oh yeah, Trae Young dicing up Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly. Let's see how he handles Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle. And then he was like, okay, I'll just like average 30. So who knows, man? Who knows? Dick Chucky says that the Bucks, the deepest team left. Don't like them, but they might be. They're in there. I mean, I think the only team that's not deep that's left, in my opinion, is the Clippers if Kawhi's out. But the Suns are pretty deep. I mean, Atlanta's pretty deep. Atlanta doesn't like. I think the Bucks will probably have 3 of the best 4 players in the series, which is a lot. When you say that out loud, you're like, the Bucks are winning the series. They have 3 of the best 4, right? But then after that, the Hawks are like 5 through 15 are the Hawks. Is my point anyways. More Gurja. What's up, Gurja? James says, who's a good suitor for Simmons? Because after those comments, either he goes or Embiid, and I think it's Simmons. Yeah, you can't get rid of Embiid. Hold on. Now it's telling me my Wi-Fi sucks, so I'm just making sure I'm still live. Are we still live? Yes. I mean, the Portland thing is the one that seems to be gaining the most steam, right? CJ for Simmons. I don't know. Who says no? CJ for Simmons. Right, that ends up being a good spot. Now we're frozen. Hold on, guys. Are we coming back? Yeah, okay, we're coming back now. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, who says no to that deal? Simmons for CJ. It's a better fit for Simmons. He can like just play big, right? Thank you, Barrel Zone. He just gets to play big. I mean, I think I value CJ more than Ben Simmons right now, but I don't hate the switch up there. Is that with Dame leaving also? No. I don't think Dame leaves. Barrels on. Yeah, we should talk about Top Shot in a second. He says the Embiid Top Shot debut down to 350 earlier got bought up, but if you were in this for the long run, I think that's one to monitor. I scooped that at like 390, I think, this weekend. Yeah, I thought that was taking an unnecessary hit. I agree with that take. Lakers, I hear Kuzma's not doing well. Yeah, Lakers, I don't think the Lakers can afford him, though. Seems like people are giving Nash a pass, not me. Didn't play Mike James, didn't start Green. Blake was off the bench. That changed. What coach doesn't sub players to rest? Fumble by Steve. Okay, so I was talking about somebody with this take, too, this weekend. I agree with parts of it. I agree with parts of it. I don't think. I think they needed to take a time out there. I think he got out coached, which is wild, by Coach Budenholzer down the stretch. But like, why are people pumping up Mike James for a second? Like, can we take a second and think about that? People are like, oh, we need to get Mike James more minutes. See, this goes back to the conversation about like the Nets weren't a super team because we're like, oh, Mike James needs to get more minutes. Mike James has played like 15 NBA games. I don't think we need to get Mike James more minutes. Blake also played great. Blake played great. So I get it to rest KD and Harden. I get it. But like, I think you rest them and you're toast. Like, I think that was their only opportunity to get in there. So I don't know. That's just me. Dan says, how many more years does Embiid have in his prime? Big man always seem to be hurting. I mean, big man, including Embiid. Like, Embiid is a mess health-wise. So, yeah, who knows? Rocket Style says, Paul George Top Shot debut under 200. He's been awesome these past few games. Yeah, that I saw that get a little bump. Let's actually go over to Top Shot now. Now that I'm done screaming my takes at you. I didn't get to talk to anybody about basketball all weekend, and now I'm like, let's go. Let's go over to Top Shot. Yeah, Carl, I do hear what you're saying, man. I do hear, like, give someone a shot to just fire away. I hear you. Clearly the rest thing. I don't think they could have gotten away with resting KD. Harden, though, for sure. I just don't like Shaman. Game 7 last night, plus dog puking all night. Shitty ass Monday. There you go, Adam. Monday vibes right there. All right, let's go over. Ooh, excuse me. Burped right into the microphone. Hell yeah, guys. Let's go over to Own the Moment first. See what's cracking over here. Mike backtracking on his Paul George takes. Hey, listen, man. He showed up. I can't. What do you want me to say? He's been proving me wrong this series. He showed up. So I can't dunk on him too long. We're gonna have some L's along the way, but let's yeah, you're right, Stan. Stan, it took you 23 minutes though to find an L, so take that to the bank, Stan. All right, let's go. Let's see what we get some stuff that's bumping. You see LaMarcus Aldridge. Wow. His hollow is up 66%. Kevin Huerter, we love to see that, right? Huerter balled out, and then his his series 1 is up to 95. Christian Wood's hollow's up a little bit. Wiggy's hollow's up a little bit. And then Jaylen Brown series 1. And then over on this side, mostly big moments are down, except for like a Jonas is down. I don't understand that. But let's go into some of these moments from yesterday. Like specifically, let's talk about some of the moments of players that either advanced or eliminated. Lucas, it is too damn early. You ain't wrong. So let's go over here. Let's look up who do we want to look up? Let's look up Embiid first, just because we were just talking about that, right? Can anyone tell me what kind of collector score you get for completing hustle and show set? Oh man, I don't know what the numbers are off the top of my head. You know what though, Crowell? I can come prepared to talk about that tomorrow. If somebody knows in the chat, please fire that info in. But I don't have that collector score info off the top of my head, unfortunately. All right, did I spell Embiid wrong? What happened? Oh, because I looked at account evaluation. What a dummy. Let's go. Sorry, guys. It's early. Okay, it's early. Joel. All right, let's take a look. Here we go. So let's lace him up. Who cares? Hollow. Who cares? These are too expensive. I'm not really. But his base series 2. All right, Mihal. Look at Mihal like in there right away. 760-ish. We love that shit. All right, a lot of stuff in the red, right? His metallic gold series 1, in case you want to drop 6K is down 4%. His series 2 out of 15K is down 7%. His playoff moments down 7%, which is also interesting because that challenge hasn't happened yet, right? So I wonder, right, because there's a lot of speculation, or not even speculation. I think we know that there's going to be playoff moments reused again in challenges, right? So we were buying up some of those, like if the team advances, we're buying those bad boys up. But in that challenge, all the next round of challenges, all the teams are out of the playoffs. So the Wizards are out, the Sixers are out, the Grizz are out, and the Jazz are out. So I wonder if that keeps the price of those challenges down a little bit, What's up, Real Red Dad? And Richard says all the Hawks immediately got a bump last night, and that's all dropped. All right, I wanted to look at his. Yeah, okay. So, wow, the low ask is 349. Is that real right now? I wonder if that hasn't been updated. Let's see if the floor's been smashed. Wow. Because if it's still 349, 385. Okay, it's back up to 385. Wow. Anyway, so I'll be curious to see what happens with that, with the challenges. So Embiid is interesting. Let's see what Simmons must have just taken an absolute bath. Gosh, dude. Oh, Paulie, too kind. Paul doesn't even ask a question. Paulie's just like, here's 5. We love it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It's very, very generous, Paulie. I'll leave that up there too. Let's let the people see it. Let's look at Ben Simmons. So Ben Simmons hasn't taken. All right, here we go. His metallic gold series 1 is down a little bit. His series 1 base moment Top Shot debut down to 310. I'm going to let that thing free fall and then scoop it around like 200. Cool Cat Series 2, Seeing Stars is down. Look at this, all down. Hollow Icon down. Everything's down. Down. Wow. Dan says, round 1 feels so long ago. Feel like playoff moment fatigue and can't imagine a lot of enthusiasm around this on the Simmons challenge. Yeah, that's true. The Simmons is the reward. I still thought we were going to see some hype, though. I thought we were still going to see some hype for Grizz just for the Ja moment, right? James says, I didn't know. Yeah, you can do that. You can do super chats and super stickers. Also, like we haven't done this yet, but we're going to set up a little VIP thing so you can like join the club where you get like custom emojis and stuff, which, you know, you definitely don't have to do. We still are going to provide the same free content anyways. But if you're just like, oh, that would be a fun way to support, well, we're going to have that set up soon. Also, look at the sun. Sun's coming through, hitting the hair nice, huh? Real Red Dad. Oh, whale sighting. Almost bought that Simmons Top Shot debut at $4.99 a couple weeks ago. I know, I was looking at it too. All right, let's be a little more positive. Let's go look at Ice Trae. Ice Trae again with kind of a bad game last night, but still is in the playoffs, and a lot of people can't say that. His metallic gold is up 30% in the last 24 hours. Look at all this green. His playoff reward, man. I know we're using On the Moment site, and they've adjusted a lot of their challenge projections, but like, remember they projected this reward to be at $90. Excuse me. The projections were all over the place too, but for this to be at 218, it's such a sick moment as well. It's nice to see that's up 12%. His Top Shot debut's up 9% in the last. So like a lot of green, right? A lot of green, except for his Lace 'Em Up metallic gold and hollow icon. But man, Trae is just what a fun thing. What a fun thing. Let's look up at Herder. We had already talked about Herder, right? But yeah, Series 1 is up 37%, 18%, 6%, 2%. The only one that's down is his early adopters, which is down to 143. What's the early adopters out of 1325? That's funny. His early adopters is out of 1325, but his base Series 1 moment is out of 1253. That's interesting. I assumed all of the early adopters were a smaller mint count. Oh my God. You guys are hilarious. James, just raise the floor. Thank you, James. It's very kind. James and Paulie, if you guys have any specific questions, throw them in there so I can hit you guys up. I appreciate that. It was very kind. Let's take a look at Durant, because I wanted to look at the people's oh my God, Joker. They're going to move the Simmons to tight end, trade him to the Eagles. Honestly, I bet he'd be a great tight end. But look at all of KD's moments. Metallic gold is down 16%. This is down to 1,700. His Series 2 dunk out of 40K is down 14 to $14. His run it back is up 20%, man. 20K. I would love that run it back. But where's his playoff moment staying steady at 92? But look at this, man. I think this is kind of a steal. His Series 2, honestly, the people's debut, we like to call it, out of 7,500, it's at 195. It's at 195, guys. Hey, Barrel Zone, if you're still there, this is my first instinct last night or on Saturday when they got booted from the playoffs. Is it sharp to bet on KD for MVP right now next year? I think I want KD for MVP. I think that's going to be my bet. I like that they lost here. Yeah, Barrel Zone, I'm hearing that is crazy. Yeah, right. But I think is the the call to bet on Durant crazy, or just like KD's moment in general? I know there's a little bit of a delay. I just think I like that the Nets lost. I feel like he's going to come out and average 40, and he just seems like he's the best player in the league right now. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the moments. Anyone else we should take a look at? I really, man, I know not financial advice, but if you're like, where can I spend $200? It's on that moment. It's on that moment. First bucket with the Nets, baby. All right, let's take a look. There was somebody else. Let's look at Paul George. So Stan can just tell me to eat it again. 195. 195 for his Top Shot debut. It is up 21% in the last week, up 3% after yesterday. It's good to see like it still went up 3% even in a loss. So, and I don't love Paul George, but that is too cheap. I feel comfortable saying that. Wait, Richard, you say KD's getting a little long in the tooth. I mean, sure. But did you see that series? Did you see that series? KD was incredible. Absolutely incredible. I guess the argument against not betting for him for MVP would be that he's got two other like MVP candidates on his team. So it's like hard to be like the guy when you have two other guys. Has CP3 changed? His not playing? Oh yeah, let's look up Chris Paul. Let's look at Chris Paul. Not sure Kyrie could handle that. Only way KD gets MVP if Kyrie spends most of the season on a retreat or something. Long in the feet. A+, James. A+ comment. Luka, we're saying Luka has the inside track. Is Luka on the Mavs next year? No, I'm just kidding. Who coaches the Mavs next year? Brad Stevens? How messed up would that be? The Barrel Zone says, I think the Nets team as a whole team is a buy now. They are likely the title faves for at least 1, likely 2 years. Window will close after that, in my opinion, as they get older, but this fire sale is dumb. Totally agree with that. I know I'm like too hesitant to give the Bucks credit. I just like the fact that the Nets almost won that series to me is wild. All right, anyways, Chris Paul, seeing stars, 14%, up 14% in the last 24 hours. That's interesting. I want to look at the seeing stars set in a minute. His all-star moment's up. His series 2's up. Everything else looks like it's pretty much the same. Wow, his series 1 handle's only 666. Shout out Satan. That made me laugh, guys. That Chris Paul moment's kind of nice. Let's look at some of the challenges real quick and just see where those are at. Let's see. Let's look at playoff 5 first. 2180. So look, we're seeing less completed, right? This closes in 5 hours, and we've seen them sit around like 25, 2600, even 2700. So to see this one at 2100 is kind of nice. So if you got in early, like, yeah, boy. Oh, dude, Carolyn Scooter. Carolyn, you woke up early for this. That's so sweet, Carolyn. I agree with you. I don't think no girls want me. Women want me. You know what I'm saying? Carolyn? The women do, Carolyn. The women do. Girls, no. The women do, Carolyn. Thanks for your comment. Thank you, Carolyn. Is this changing your opinion? Oh, good times, y'all. Good times. There we go. Screenshotting this right here, Lucas. Screenshotting this. This is what happens when you wake up early. You wake up early. This is the kind of energy you're getting. Yeah. Oh, Carolyn stayed after that comment too. That grade is beard. That beard is graying. You're right. You're right, Carolyn. Carolyn, I feel like that C in your avatar represents a lot of qualities about you. Nice pores. There we go. His mom wants him. You damn right she does, boob. Train Ayton made the conference finals before Luka won his first playoff series. How crazy is that? That is wild. I know there's been a lot of talk about that. Like, oh, who's the idiot now? Like Atlanta GMs. Who's the idiot now? You still take Luka over Trey and Ayton, right? But it is kind of nuts seeing the Atlanta thing come together. I'm really excited for Atlanta. I think the Atlanta stuff is exciting. And for Phoenix, a lot of people have been like wiling out a little bit, being like, oh, this is not what the NBA wanted. Who gives a shit? No LeBron, no New York, like all that stuff. I think this is pretty exciting. I get it. Like the everyday fan is not that pumped, but like, come on. JC Review says, if Trey wins the finals, I'm moving to Alaska and watching hockey after all the trash I've talked about him. Yeah. Thank you, Greg. I like that it was a little subtle. You know what I mean? It was a little subtle, but if you were listening closely, oh, man, your video quality going up. Maybe have some second thoughts on Zoom and close-ups. Nah, dude. I'm not worried about it, Tom. I'm not worried about it. Come and get it. If you guys came in here for like good skin, that's on you, dude. That's on you. If you came in here to get hard, that's on you. All right. What else do we need to look at? You guys have me feisty early in the morning, guys. That coffee hasn't even gotten into the veins yet. I can confidently say, though, this is why I don't have a sponsorship, right? Yeah, let's look at Seeing Stars. Oh, wait, we were looking at challenges, too. So let me do that, and then let's go look at Seeing Stars. So 2180. Let's see how many are on the cusp, right? So 45 with 7, 44 with 6. So even let's say all of these fill it. Like we get up to 150, 160. Well, this is going to be under 300. You know what I mean? That's nice if you have already completed it, although it's probably not worth completing now, like if you're waiting to get in there. Let's look at the other challenge here for the AD. I'm with this, Joker Rock. I'm with this. All right, this one, 1,896 completed. So a few less, and I think that has to do more with the price, right? More with the price. But let's see where we got. We're still going to get like another, wow, maybe another 200 of these. So it should get over the 2K range. But again, LeBron, that being 180, it's tough, right? That being $100 more than the next one is pretty tough. Top of the World says, your thoughts on the Simmons playoff challenge. So I have all those moments, and I'm probably moving off them. I think I'm moving them. Shout out Dick Chuck. But yeah, I think I'm going to move off that. Although here's the thing. I think, I was waiting for the prices to go up a little bit. If there ends up being no excitement over this challenge and the price doesn't not skyrocket, but get the boost that I thought it was going to get, I think I might just complete it just because there's not going to be as much profit. And then if everyone's not excited about the Simmons challenge, whatever, I'll take the collector score bump. I'll take the reward. Maybe you get lucky and hit a big serial or something like that. So I think I'm still gonna. It depends. It depends what happens. But if you like haven't bought in yet and you're thinking about buying in, pass. All right, let's go look at Seeing Stars. Where are the Seeing Stars at? Where are you at, girl? Look at the playoffs at 20. Well, this is down a little bit, but not much. Here we go. Seeing Stars. Wow, 27 moments. $1,500 to complete it, down a little bit. Someone sell me on the Seeing Stars collecting the whole set. Like Real Rad Dad, you're a whale man. Tell me a little bit about your Seeing Stars love. I want to hear it. Anyways, let's take a look. So the LeBron, look at this, man. The LeBron reward down to 375. The KD one is down to 239. Again, man, the KD disrespect is wild. For that to be down 12% in the last 24 hours. Like, what are you selling? What are you selling to do? See, this is the right way to troll me, by the way. Saying stuff about girls or my pores isn't going to do it. You fire stuff like this in the chat and I'll lose my mind. So, Deb, A+ to you. Carolyn, take notes, Carolyn. Take some notes. Rocket Silence says, KD 12K LE Mome could be his last one for Series 2, right? Feels like a bargain at $90 given how scarce his moms are. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it because it's still it's out of 12K, which is nice. It is kind of in between. I mean, it's a common moment, but it's like in between a common and a rare for like collectors. Yeah, that's a pretty good take. Real Rad Dad says, only out of 10K All-Stars will be the set that new collectors gravitate towards. Top Shot has said it will be a core set long-term. Richard says Seeing Stars is the NBA logo on it. Don't know if that matters. Could long term. Yeah, all good takes. All good takes. James Elliott. James, did you change your avatar since we've last talked? Because I dunked on the avatar, did you go change it? What are you most excited for in the future for Top Shot? Also, what do you think is a realistic timeline for getting out of beta? Yeah, great question. Wow, I'm definitely a little more zoomed in than normal, so I apologize. God, but I look good. A realistic timeline, man, I have no idea. I've been trying, like, I stopped trying to guess. And I say that, and then I'm going to guess. I assume their goal is to roll it out with Series 3, right? Start with the new season, right? That'd be my guess. What am I most excited about? I don't know. What we're seeing right now to me is what I was excited about when this started. I'm excited because we're seeing the market react to things that happened the night before. And I think, or to the news. And I think that's exciting. I think that makes this show valuable. And I've been spending a lot of time on it. So I want it to be valuable for both you and me. But I think that's what's exciting. The fact that we were like, hey, we were saying this in February, and I've got L's in my closet as well. But to take a W for a second, we were saying back in February and March when we started, I think the Suns are good. I think the Suns have a path to the finals. And I think like all of these guys are undervalued. And this was like Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges. Like I think all of those guys had value. Now, granted, if you bought that in February, you're taking an L because the market dove. But if you're seeing this in like March and April, and we're still monitoring the Suns and we're monitoring the prices, like after game one of the first round, I like scooped up an Ayton and a Bridges, and we're seeing both of those go up. So I think for me, that's what's exciting. I like seeing the fact that we pay attention to basketball and have takes on basketball can give us a leg up in the Top Shot streets. And like Barrel Zone is a good, like when he came on last week, like he's doing so much work in the basketball betting streets that like that information, that type of projection, you can use that information in the Top Shot world. So I think now that the market is starting to make sense is exciting. So that's what I'm most excited about. I'm also excited for it to be out of beta, to be honest. I want more people up in here. All right. Anyways, sorry for that, for the rant. Deb's back. Why you up so early? Was waiting for 9. Yeah, I on Mondays occasionally I have to work really early. So, or like at a normal person's time. So I have to do this really early. That's how much I cared, guys. Got up at 6 a.m. for this shit. All right. I love you all. Even you, Carolyn. Anyone think there will be any future utility on Seeing Stars? I know they seem to be throwing bones to some sets, right? We saw it with the All-Star thing with Donovan Mitchell and the throwdowns. We saw it with Cool Cats. So I wouldn't be surprised. Durant Seeing Stars 4182 239. Yeah, I agree. Yo, Malik, you been up all night? All night, dude? Turning up on a Sunday? What's going on over there, man? Rocket Silence Era says, would you be okay if the Celtics gave up 7 for... No, Rocket Silence Era. I don't want Ben Simmons. We already have Marcus Smart. We don't need Ben Simmons. Honestly, who has more trade value right now, Ben Simmons or Marcus Smart? It is Ben Simmons, but I know. I'm just saying. Mike McDonald shifts. Hey, listen, we're not going to shame anyone that works at McDonald's here, Stan. Okay? This is a safe space. Everyone needs a job. Make that money. Make that paper. Okay. But no, not at McDonald's. Eportsy, I come in late just as Mike is saying I love you all. Love to see it. I knew you were coming in. Well, yay, Eportsy, let me tell you this. Rewind a little bit and see what happens. Okay. Tom says, what moments have you changed your mind on, good or bad, over the past month? That's a good question. Tom. I mean, you know, the first instinct is to say Paul George because I dunk on Paul George, but I've been saying that moment's been underpriced for a while, so I haven't really changed my mind on that. I mean, Trae Young. I went out and bought a Trae Young Top Shot debut. I think that's the biggest shift that I've had, both as like a basketball fan and a Top Shot collector. I did not see this. I did not see this coming from Trae, and I'll happily take an L. I would like to say that the second I sniffed it, I was like, let's go. I'm all in on Trae. Just because of his personality. I think he's an annoying ass punk, and I love it. But I definitely, Trae is someone I'd be taking an L on right now because I just bought his Top Shot debut like last week. And after his New York performance. I like, if you told me he was doing this 5 or 6 years from now, maybe, but the fact that he's like 22, it's crazy. I'm trying to think of ones that I mean, I guess that counts as bad. I could have gotten that a lot cheaper than I did. I'm trying to think of some other moments that would stick out to me as like L's. Michael Porter Jr. I bought like not at the top, but it's come way down since then. So that one's hurt a little bit. I tell you who I didn't change my mind on. I've not changed my mind on and will not change my mind on.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
Hell yeah. Dick Chuck says, would you take Simmons for Smart straight up? Yeah, I would. You're buying like super low on Simmons, and that's like selling at the top on Smart, so I would do it. Greg says the moves that people who actually watch and follow basketball are now paying off in the marketplace. I hope so. I mean, I'm sure we'll still accumulate some L's, but Malik says the MGLE holds strong. Rent seekers couldn't afford that. Yeah, that KD price is still nice, right? Still nice for like $17.99 or whatever it is. James says I like it this early because it's before my bedtime. I'm from Melbourne. I know. I do. I feel like I got to find the sweet spot. Shut up. Here we go. Heath, also from Melbourne. I feel like we have to find the sweet spot on timing. Maybe that's something we mess around with in the off season. 9 a.m. is nice for me because it gets me up. I'm up anyways, but it gets me like productive in the morning, which I like. And I like start my day doing that. But I'm also down to figure out a better time if that's, I'm open to it. Rocket Silas, I own 24 PJs. Let's go. Dan Harding, this is a great point by Dan. LaMarcus Aldridge would be forced to retire for health reasons. That probably goes into the bad category. Yeah, that was tough. Not thrilled about that. Honestly, that was all your fault, though. Not you specifically, Dan. Collectively, the people. Y'all got way too excited about LaMarcus going to the Nets. You forced me to do that. I know Dick Chuck is now just like, play the videos. All right, I'll hang for a few more minutes. And then I gotta get moving soon. Greg says, have you already been planning show content for when we are in the off season? Yeah, I've been putting together a few things. We're gonna line up guests. We're gonna have like 2 guests a week, I think, to dive into some stuff. We'll still do like the thing with the NBA, right? Is we'll have the draft, we'll have free agency. We'll have summer league. We'll have enough stuff to like keep the market moving that I'm pretty excited about. But we're also going to put together. I get some fun stuff. I get some fun bits that I'm ready to roll out there. So yeah. So we're gonna work on it. I think we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it every day too. We're still gonna do it every day because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're gonna switch to like 3 times a week or something like that in the off season." It's like, nah. Let's ride. Let's ride. Malik, LMA, yeah, we saw this when we first logged in, Malik. Unbelievable, right? Top gainer. People are like, give me that LaMarcus Aldridge. He's the reason the Nets didn't make it out of the second round. Dan says, my herder moments were up $2 yesterday at retirement. Here we come. Ship it, baby. Did he announce that? Is KD really playing on the Olympic team? I hope he doesn't, honestly. I hope he gets some rest. Yeah, let's get Smush Parker. Smush Parker, Sasha Vujacic, Dana Barros. Lucas says, I was thinking about joining the Patreon, but how will content work in the off season? Yeah, what a good sales pitch, right? Don't join yet. Yeah, we're going to rework the Patreon for the off season so that it's still valuable. I will say, if you join now, you can still get the Moment Ranks DFS content. I think what I'm going to do is provide DFS content for some other sports as well, but we're going to rework the Patreon so that way there's some value in it outside of the DFS stuff. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll have an announcement about that soon, but I appreciate you asking that, Lucas. Yeah. What else you guys got for me? I appreciate you guys being here this early or late, depending on where you are. This was nice. Nice having a crew. When is actually Jeb Bush coming back? Great call. Well, we're probably once we get the Hawks into the finals, okay? Once we get them in the finals. Wow, that's real. Per Shams, wow, KD playing in the Olympics. Wow, that's great. Shut up, Beamer up in here. Sales 101. Nah, don't join. Join the Substack instead. I'm going to share the Substack again, guys. I need everybody to go subscribe to that. Come on. I wrote about Donovan Mitchell this week. It's free. It's free. Just subscribe to it, please. Do you do NFL DFS? I do. I do NFL DFS, but I recommend going elsewhere for content. Pete Overzet does really good stuff with line movement, and Joe Holka. That's like one of my favorite NFL DFS. That's like my Sunday morning experience, hanging with Joe for like, excuse me, for like an hour and a half, and then with Pete afterwards and Dieter. That's like the line. Check out Line Movements YouTube if you haven't, and Joe Holka, really good stuff. But yeah, I play a lot of NFL DFS, but I don't know if I'm in the content. Dick Chuck said, should I see my WP tag? Save them or sell my WPT packs or open and sell the moments? Ooh. Wow. You know, it's interesting. Woke up from the wine last night, Bus. A+, Bus. A+. All right, we'll do some NFL DFS content. If that's what you guys are into, we'll do it. We'll throw that up there. What's your target buying price on Jalen Top Shot debut? There we go. Let's look at Jalen. I'll be honest. I almost bought it the other day and then bought Embiid instead. But I saw it was down to like 3 something. I feel like it's going to go down further just because of the injury, right? Wow, it's 285. Holy smokes. We're getting there. Probably 250. Probably 250. I start really considering it. I can't believe I'm going to pull up Theta, though, because Lucas is like, is it open yet? Yeah. All right, guys. You convinced me. We'll do some NFL stuff. All right. Here we go. WPT. Let's look at the marketplace. Here we go. Here's the WPT marketplace. I got to sell my Scotty Wynn rare. Although you can't withdraw yet. Similar to Top Shot, you can't withdraw shit yet. So I'm not trying to sell anything yet. But guys, I got to tell you, it feels like a huge waste of money. Feels like a huge waste of money. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go get to work. But I appreciate y'all being here. This was a lot of fun. Shout out Carolyn. Nothing like getting dunked on early in the morning. So the best part of waking up is getting Carolyn in your cup. I don't know. That feels weird. How much for the Dunbar moment? That's the real question. Speaking of content for the week, right? So we've got this show it'll be 9 o'clock the rest of the week, 9 Eastern the rest of the week. The whole crew will be here Wednesday night. We've got, good game, Malik Sealy. I like that. And then we'll have, what else we got? We got 89 Cavs this week. A lot of fun stuff. Somebody's right outside my window. This is funny. Everybody, I hope you guys... I hope everybody has a good day. We will see you. We'll see you tomorrow.